My name is Etienne. Etienne. You see that little wire right here? That's how low the ceiling was. So when we took all the sheetrock out, then we found all the beams, you know, the original beams, the original brick, everything. It made the space so much bigger. And look how strong those wood beams are. If you look at those beams, like here, look, when you knock them, you can feel how strong the wood is. And those beams are unbelievable. Imagine when we're gonna clean them up, massive beams, like 3 by 10. We also found out, if you look over here, then we found out another window that was completely buried that we're gonna expose again, right? You see the arch on top. And then on this side, we found also that the windows were much bigger than we thought. So you see there's another 2 feet on the top and almost 2 feet on the bottom. So the windows are gonna be 6 foot tall. So when the light comes in the afternoon, it quadruples the amount of light that comes in. All right, so let me go look.
And then maybe have Ron work with the DeWalt, the yellow drill. I mean, this was a commercial building, so a lot of the details are lost. But as you can see here, multi-layers of wallpaper. And this is like a Prussian blue. That was very typical. That was a typical color. I even remember that color growing up. You know, it was left over from the 40s and the 50s. But that's hand-printed wallpaper. Used to have squeegees and used to hand print it. They bound it with horsehair, and then mixed it with horsehair, and I would act as a binder. And then they would put a finish coat of plaster over that. You can see that's the scratch coat, and then that's the plaster coat. And they put that directly on the brick, or they would put it on lath. On the framing, they would take these thin strips of wood called lath and nail it on, and then they would use that as a base for their plaster. You can see how the plaster squeezed through the spaces in the lath. And it had some, you know, flex to it, but that's why eventually you see in old buildings like the big pieces of plaster cracking, because the wood would expand and contract differently than the plaster. Now everything's sheetrock. This is all sapwood, and as the sap and the resin ages, it gets hard. So when you cut this on the table saw, it smells like pine.
You see, and with that special machine here, we start cleaning it. See, that's the way the wood used to look like versus here. Imagine this when we're gonna brush it, and all this will come out. Even those we should do, but we'll do them. We may move those stairs actually. They may not stay here. That's the original floor that was completely covered with, it was actually covered with 4 by 8 like this, and then on top of it there was linoleum. And so this was buried for maybe, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years. But and what kind of wood is that?
It's yellow pine.
That's yellow pine. So
yellow pine, hard pine.
Hard pine, so that's the original yellow pine. This was a chimney, and you can see the keystones that are supporting the corners all the way to the top, right? So those are granite, probably granite stone as well. And then here, I don't know what happened over the years, they covered this completely. So this must have been a window, because if you see the steel bar on the top, and this brick is maybe only 30 years old. So here there must have been a beautiful old style window, and they just probably added this door afterwards. It doesn't really make sense, because you see the original brick here. So they must have cut the wall right here, and this was a big wide bay window open. So here you see all the stones, it's granite. So they were all buried. I mean, I knew that it was stone, but the granite is an amazing surprise.
This was all covered with sheetrock and all kinds of stuff. You can see the old coal chute here. That's where they used to deliver the coal. There's another coal chute back there that we might open up and put a window in, just to let some light in down here. What point are you thinking?
Huh?
Like, show me where you're thinking of